first time in my life I felt at home. Laying down with you right in my arms.
Louis Textiles is the go-to brand for the coolest and softest Texas shirts. It is a family-owned and brand business started by two high school teachers that love to support local and the great state of Texas. A portion of their sales is donated to help scholarship graduating seniors. Tumbleweed Textiles' goal is to outfit every proud Texan with their unique hand-drawn designs. You better go check out their Texas goodies at www.shoptwt.com. Use coupon code LOCALLIVE for 20% off today.
All right, hello and welcome to Texas Local Live. Doing things a little bit different this Monday. We are actually live at Loaf and Dog here in downtown Cleburne, Texas. So not our usual spot, but it's good to change it up every now and then. I am here with Brett Hendrix. I'm Clayburn Myers. I don't think I've made an appearance here before, but I guess we're just going to have Brett here and do a little bit of talking. So I guess the first question we always ask here on Texas Local Live, why music? What got you started?
Ooh.
Asking heavy questions.
Yeah, a little bit. No. My brother was my drummer in my band for about 6 years. I did it for 9.
Okay.
And I recently started playing with different Texas acts, and it's been a lot of fun. But he had been growing up playing in churches, and
Okay.
I started getting those musician friend magazines in the mail, and just looking at guitars and all the different equipment, and I was like, all right, maybe I should try something.
Yeah.
He was a drummer, so I was like, why not try to play guitar? So I bought a guitar at 9 years old, and yeah, the rest just kind of happened.
Spiraled wildly out of control from there?
Yeah, pretty much.
So, interesting. So, what? Where all have you been? Who all have you played with?
Shoot. Earlier this year, I did a 52-show, 60-day acoustic tour. I went to 27 states across the United States.
That's
So
a
that
whole
was-
lot of traveling.
Yeah, and I did it in my Jeep that is actually outside right now. And it was a lot of fun. It was about 18,000 miles from
Lord.
the middle of February till April.
Man.
So we started in Arkansas and ended up in Nashville, but I went all the way up to Montana and all the way to Maine. So,
Damn. What was probably the coolest show you played there?
Whiskey Jam in Nashville was pretty cool, but also just for a show that I did by myself, I think Northern Wisconsin was my favorite.
Okay. That's awesome, man. So, that sounds like a lot of fun. Lots of miles, lots of people. I'm sure it's kind of cool getting to see all the different scenes all up there and
Definitely.
everything. What do you think is the coolest state to play in besides Nashville? Nashville's its own thing.
Right.
Where's the coolest place to play, you think?
Probably a tie between Colorado and Montana.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Colorado, Montana. I think Jed's a big fan of Colorado. So, all right. But, so, around Texas, where's your favorite place to play in Texas?
Silver Saloon.
Silver Saloon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my favorite venue when my band was playing. We played there probably every 8 weeks or
8
so.
weeks, man.
And it was a lot of fun. I mean, I did, I think, 10 shows in about 2.5, 3 years there.
Okay. So, how'd you go from playing in your own band and now playing guitar with other people? What made that transition?
After I got done on tour, I was kind of burnt out. Not to a point I didn't want to stop, but I was just like, I need a break. Kind of want to do something else. And I started playing for a girl, and she did well. And then I just found an offer from the guitar player of the band that I now play for on Facebook and kind of jumped on it. And it all worked out in the long run. So
Do you say you like that better?
then being
Yeah, being the front
Solo
man
act?
versus solo act or being a guitar. What do you like better, or is it just completely different?
It's a different game because it's stress level is the
Yeah.
only thing I'm going to say about that. Because when you're by yourself, and I know some of the other solo acts that are here tonight can agree with this, and you're booking your own shows, and
Yeah.
you're managing yourself, and you're having to be there on time and set up your own gear, it's a different ball game. There's a lot of just variables that go into that. If stuff breaks, it's your fault. That whole thing. Whereas playing for a bigger act, it's like, okay, your stress level goes from astronomical to, hey, this is just another day on the job, and I get to play music now.
Yeah, I guess kind of being your own boss, there's no one to get mad at when things go wrong, and so then you kind of have to be like, man,
definitely.
I messed up a little bit.
Yeah. So, but it's definitely a different game, and I like it better just because you still get to play music, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. So you're just in it for the music.
Right.
So you play guitar, you write, right?
I do.
Take us a little bit into your writing style. How do you do you write songs? Do you sit down and lock yourself in a room for a month and crank out a bunch of songs, or is it just one of those where it hits you in the shower one morning and then you kind of go write it down after that, or what's your style?
For me, it's and this is going to sound terrible, but it hits me when I'm driving more than anything. Yeah. So normally I'll pull over, or it especially helps if I'm in traffic because it's just like stop and go, and I can be sitting there hitting voice memos the whole time. But yeah, normally that's how it works with me. I know guys that sit there and they'll lock themselves in a room. I've tried that, and it just doesn't work as well for me. It may work well for them. I know guys that sit there with dictionaries and rhyme guides and all this other stuff. And if that's how it works with you, man, do it. Like, as long as you're getting stuff pumped out.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Whatever works. But that's kind of cool. So is that, where you've written probably your favorite songs, just hitting you in the car? And
yeah, pretty much. Some of the best ones come out of nowhere. I mean, my favorite song that I have written is Alcohol, and it was on my second album. But I was actually where I met Jeb. We were in Nacogdoches, and
oh man,
I was driving home one night, and it just kind of hit me, and I was like, okay, cool, that's a different feel, and I'll probably end up playing that here later. But
cool.
yeah, I had never written a waltz, and that was the first waltz that I wrote.
Awesome.
So,
well, if you are watching today or you plan on making it out, maybe you'll get to hear Brett here play that song after a while. But so tell us what else you got going on. What's coming up soon? Anything you want to talk about?
As of now, not really. I've been looking to record another acoustic album for a little while.
Okay.
I just haven't ever got the time to do it or had the funding.
Yeah,
So,
well, when you're driving 18,000 miles in 60 days,
yeah,
time is a little bit of a luxury.
right.
So.
But yeah, besides that, just I'm playing with. I realize I haven't really said who I've been playing with. I play for Casey Donahue, so it's fun.
That's exciting.
But yeah, if y'all want to come catch one of those shows, I'm the guy that stands in the back and I play 4 instruments and sing backup. So.
Well, man. Yeah. So yeah, Brett's got a lot going on then. Yeah. So when's the next Casey show coming up?
We play Thursday in Clovis, New Mexico, Friday in Stephenville, and Saturday in Buda.
Okay. All right. That's quite a bit of driving. New Mexico on Thursday, then Stephenville on Friday.
That's magic of bus life, though. It's fun.
Yeah. I guess when you've got a bus, it's not that bad.
No. It's not at all. So.
Not like a Jeep.
No, definitely different. So sleeping in the back of a Jeep versus a bus bunk is
that's
a little
great.
bit better.
So what? Tell us a little bit about playing for Casey. How'd you get? Was that what you were talking about when the guitar player reached out to you?
Yeah. He didn't even really reach out to me. He just threw it up online, and
really?
I applied just like you would apply to a normal job. And luckily, I auditioned and got the part.
Oh man,
it's been a blessing, and I've really enjoyed myself, and hope that I continue to.
Yeah, absolutely. How long have you been doing that for?
3.5 months.
Oh man, it sounds like a lot of fun.
So it is.
So what are the shows like? Are they just kind of crazy? What?
Yeah, I mean it. Going from doing the tour that I did and playing in a room just like this for maybe 5 people to going with him to Wyoming or Montana or South Dakota, for instance, and playing in front of over 1,000 people on average. I was like, okay, Texas music actually does spread this way. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And I mean, you always see the pictures of Cody Johnson and Casey and Ward and all those other guys that travel all the time. And Co's now getting there now. He sold out some shows in New York, I believe.
Yeah.
But it's cool to see those photos and just be like, okay, Texas country music is making waves. It's not just a Texas thing. So.
Yeah, man, it's kind of cool getting to see, we meeting people from all over, and they're like, oh, have you heard of Coetzel? You heard of such and such? It's like, wow, people know about this in New York or Pennsylvania or California or wherever. It's kind of cool getting to see it get outside of Texas, I guess. Who's probably your favorite person in Texas country right now?
Right. Musically or friend?
Musically. Whose music do you like the best?
Man, I've always been a Sean McConnell guy.
Really?
And I know he's not strictly Texas, but definitely influenced, and wrote with Randy and Wade and all those guys. So I've strong songwriting wise him. Friend always will say this. I doubt I will ever change that. It's Will Green.
Really?
Yeah.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah. Met him in Nacogdoches when we were working at Bonita Creek Hall, and just major respect for that dude.
Yeah, he's definitely a cool guy, and he's doing a lot of big things right now. Just got that new album out, everything.
Definitely.
So.
Yeah.
Here's Jed going back to his glory days here, talking about how much fun he had in Nacogdoches. The Jed Crisp.
Yep.
Well, it was before you were the Jed Crisp. Oh, man. So, man, what else is going on? Anything? When's Casey's got tons of shows coming up, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's working on a new album. So I'm looking forward to seeing what develops from that and being a part of it. Because that's
awesome.
the cool thing about this gig. I get to learn a lot and definitely seeing a different side of the industry that I haven't got to see personally.
That's cool. So you're going to be featured on the album?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I honestly don't. If I am, it's great. If not, whatever.
Still going to be fun, man. You get to play it, go to all the shows. Like, I can't imagine 1,000 people looking back at you. It's got to be crazy.
Yeah. But, I mean, that wasn't the first time I've got to do that. Like, I'd played for big crowds before, but to do it consistently, it's a different feeling. So.
I'm sure. Have y'all ever – so I guess are the crowds different in every state? Because I know some –
Yes.
Really?
I played all the way in Vermont, and that was much more interesting just to see it for the first time because it's like, okay, how are they going to react? And it's not they react different, but it's just not something you would expect. It's like, okay, this kid's from Texas. What's going to happen?
Yeah, exactly.
And just everywhere, you have hecklers everywhere, but you also have people that appreciate music, and that's better than anything.
Yeah, that's kind of wonder if – I guess because people in Vermont kind of think Texans are like fantasy creatures because we're so far away. So they're like, oh, my God, you're from Texas. So
that's kind of how it went. I mean, I walked in just about like I'm dressed right now, and they're like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
And then I got on stage and started playing the kind of music that I play, and they were like, oh, okay, cool. We can dig this.
The boots and jeans kind of make sense now. This isn't really a joke.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of cool. What do you say, out of all the states, what do you think has the craziest fans?
Ooh. I don't know, man. That's a tough question. I would say Texas just because it's a different animal. Like, we have one of the best fan bases, period. Oklahoma has a really good songwriter demographic that people consistently follow them.
Yep.
And, but yeah, I'm just going to say Texas because I got to see enough of that.
Yeah, and I guess Texans, you get like the really big fanatics of this scene, and people who have grown up their entire lives watching Casey Donahue or anybody of those big names, or even the new guys. You've got these people who are crazy fans. I know I've fangirled at plenty of concerts, and you sit up there at the front, you start yelling, all kinds of crazy stuff like that, man. But so where can we find you? Where can people find your stuff?
My stuff is on iTunes, Spotify, CD Baby, all that stuff. It's available YouTube too. But yeah, just everywhere online. I haven't taken it off. I thought about taking it off.
Oh, why would you do that?
I was going to redo it.
That's true.
I just leave it on there till I do.
Yeah, might as well.
But yeah, it's just Brett Hendrix and Brett Hendrix Band. There were two different names. I tried getting them merged, but there was a big conundrum with that, and I just, never figured it out.
Way more complicated than you think?
Yeah. So I even had other people trying to figure it out for me, and they were like, dude, we can't figure it out.
So look them up both Brett Hendrix and Brett Hendrix Band. What about social media? What's the best place to find you?
I use Instagram more than anything, and it's just Brett Hendrix with 2 X's.
Okay.
And then, Instagram probably be best. And then from there, you could probably find the other stuff, but I post on that one more than anything.
All right.
I'm not really a Twitter guy.
No, I'm not either.
I will every now and then. I'll retweet stuff that I think's funny, but that's about it.
I think that's all Twitter's really good for, is just finding funny stuff.
Pretty much.
Yeah, oh well. Well, look him up. Brett Hendrix with 2 X's. So stick around if you're live, or if you're not live yet, if you're watching this later. Tune in, check us out. We'll be here playing music all night. So live in Cleburne. If you're in Cleburne watching this, come on down to the Loaf and Dog. And thanks for coming on, Brett.
Yeah, thank y'all for having me.
All right.
Here it is. Do you remember when you first got your place? I remember you making the rule that I couldn't stay. But before we knew it, it was every night. Sneaking over and you saying it's the last time. Well, and before I knew I had my own dresser drawer, pictures on a wall and a key to the door. A toothbrush by the sink and we got a dog. Hell, it's sad to think that it didn't last long. For the first time in my life I felt at home, laying down with you right in my arms. Oh, but baby, sometimes things, they just don't work out. And look where we are now. I'd love to dance with you in a kitchen light, seeing that same look in your eyes. Oh, but babe, that's not what love is all about. We were just two kids playing house. Yeah, well, problems start and then they blow up. Sometimes it's hard keeping that door shut. I always did my best to try to understand. Hey, but now you're gone and you took my best friend. Cause for the first time in my life I felt at home, laying down with you right in my arms. Oh, but babe, that's not what love is all about. Look where we are now. I love to dance with you under a kitchen light, seeing that same look in your eyes. Oh, but babe, that's not what love is all about. We were just two kids playing house. Oh, maybe someday we could set it in stone, try to figure out how to make a house a home. For the first time in my life I felt at home, laying down with you right in my arms. Oh, but baby, sometimes things, they just don't work out. Look where we are now. I still love to dance with you in the kitchen light, just to see that look in your eyes. Oh, but babe, that's not what love is all about. We were just two kids playing house, just two kids playing house. You remember when you first got your place? I remember you making the rule I couldn't stay.